Hey everybody, Steve here, and today it's beef ribs. I cook beef ribs every day in work for other people. Decided it was time I cooked some in the comfort of my own home, put some tunes on, had a beer, and just relaxed and spent the Sunday nice and slow cooking these up for the family. So this is a 1.6 kilogram rack, quite a small rack. Actually come from work, so it's too small for us to use in work, hence me taking it home and cooking it for the family. First thing I'm going to do is get rid of the decal fat, which is the harder fat on the top layer, but I do leave the softer fat on because I want that to render down and baste the meat as it cooks. I slather on some yellow mustard. You can use hot sauce, whatever you'd like as a binder, and then I go on with my favourite Angus and Oink rub, which just sort of enhances the flavours. You don't want to go too heavy with it. You just want a nice even coat, as you can see me doing here. Once you've done that, you want to get your smoker up to about 180 degrees. We're going to smoke this for 1 hour at 180 degrees F, which is around 90 to 100 degrees C. And then after an hour, we're going to whack that up to 250. You're then going to continuously cook that at 250 degrees F, which is about 120, 130 C, until you hit an internal temperature of 76 degrees C internal, which is about 168, 170 F. A lot of numbers to remember, but you can slow this down, and I've wrote it on the screen as well. Once you hit that internal temp, we're going to wrap in butcher's paper. Make sure you get a nice tight wrap, and I also added some extra Wagyu beef tallow here, which I picked up from Aldi. I just seen it and I didn't even realise they did it, and I picked up a few jars of it, and it just adds a nice bit of flavour and a bit of moisture. We're going to whack that back in the smoker, still on 250 F, 125-ish C, and we're going to continue to cook that until it reaches an internal of about 210 C or about 100 degrees centigrade. Now, when you hit these temps, don't just think, right, I've hit them temps, I'm done. Get your probe in there, probe it, and if you're getting any resistance when you're pushing the probe in or you're pulling the probe back out, then leave it for another half hour. You want that probe to almost not feel the meat, if that makes any sense. You'll know what I mean when you go in with the probe. At work, I'd rest these for at least 3 or 4 hours, sometimes overnight, and the more you rest them, the more tender they get. But I rested these for about an hour, and they still turned out great, as you can see here in the images. And you can see I've got a really nice smoke ring. That really nice layer of fat that I left on there is rendered down. It's created a really nice bark, and it's just basted the meat really, really well. I was really happy with how they turned out because it was quite a quick cook. I've probably cooked these in 2/3 of the time I'd normally cook them, and they turned out great. I just made a bit of a family platter here, so I've done some chicken tenders for the kids, some corn ribs, some street corn, coleslaw and fries, and then just whatever I had in the cupboards, different kinds of barbecue sauce, different kinds of garnishes, you name it, it went on there, and it was great. It went down a treat and was an absolutely delicious Sunday meal. Really happy that I did it. Give it a go. Let me know if you have any trouble. Do ask any questions that you'd like in the comments, and I'll answer where I can. If you'd like to see me cook a certain joint of meat or a certain kind of meat on the barbecue or even indoors, do let me know and I'll see what I can do. But in the meantime, guys, if you could get over and share and like and subscribe and follow and all that stuff, really appreciate it. See you next time.